hot. We live. We good. We in the building. All right. I'm gonna share this to everybody, to every platform. But until then, welcome to another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy, Professional Sutton.
I'm your boy, Chris G.
And it's your boy, The Ruck Report. Cheers.
So we here on a Thursday. My brother Chris said, yo, I gotta get on, man. I gotta get on. I just want to talk about some stuff. So I said, listen, say no more, man. Say no more, man. As you can see, we got some questions with the whole, The Last Dance documentary. It was cool. It was cool.
That wasn't a documentary. That was what is it?
A one-sided story.
Autobiography. It is one side of the story. That's the autobiography.
Sort of. It was about a season. I guess you could say it was the autobiography.
Yo, it's an autobiography if one person got control and can cut what they don't want in there.
Of course. Yep.
Then you ain't telling. That's not a documentary.
Nah.
You only telling. You telling the truth, but it's just your truth.
Yeah, and watching this, Michael Jordan definitely was living his truth. Now I know people gonna say, you hating because you're a LeBron fan. I'm not hating because I'm a LeBron fan. Like, listen, man, without Michael Jordan, LeBron loves Jordan. We all love Jordan. But I'm just saying, it was just some shit. I'm sitting there like, okay, I see how this gonna go. I see how this gonna go. So we're gonna talk about all the bad stuff Scottie did. Again, Scottie was a little wild. He had like 100 kids running around the whole metropolitan area of Chicago, be it in Arkansas where he from. I'm not, disclosing that, but that whole piece of story, man, people got mad at me. And then Horace Grant, listen, I ain't never known Horace Grant to be no hoe. I'm just saying, Horace Grant always been 100. I ain't never known Horace Grant to be no hoe.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden,
Horace Grant ain't never been no hoe.
Nah, never. Never ever been about that. Now all of a sudden, Horace Grant a liar. People coming at me because listen, I had posted something. I said don't shoot the messenger on it, and Horace Grant was like, yo, listen, that's a lie. All that is a lie. And people talking about some. People said, why would Michael Jordan lie? Why the fuck you think he's human? Why do you think he wouldn't lie? He's doing a whole documentary about himself, and he's splicing it up, and it's what he wants you to see. You know what I mean? Like. Scottie Pippen, again, nobody likes when you don't have the director's floor when it's on the cutting room table, because of course you're not going to make yourself look bad. And I just feel that it wasn't horrible, but some shit I'm like, come on now. Now, again, I'm going to let my brothers talk, but I'm just saying if now people saying, so, you telling me that you're gonna believe a piece of man over Jordan? Fuck them both. I'm just saying. I'm just being real. Like, this guy would not come out and say, yeah, like, why would this guy want to hurt Jordan? Like, even if you don't, he's a Utah fan, Jazz fan, I'm assuming, I don't know. He ain't gonna try to kill Michael Jordan because the first person they're gonna look at is you because you delivered a pizza to him. And then somebody said, well, he don't know if they food poisoned him because he didn't make the pizza. People, I don't know if you know how pizza places work. It's only about 5 motherfuckers in there. It's not a lot of people in there. I'm just saying. It's one in the back making the pizza, one make sure the pizza's good, and it's Michael Jordan. He want to make sure that's the best pizza so when this happened, he can come back. But fellas, I'll let y'all take the floor, man. I'll let y'all take because listen, all week, man, these motherfuckers been killing me. And I'm cussing. I'm sorry, Chris. I know we supposed to stop cussing for Facebook. These mofos. I'm sorry, Chris. I'll take the 50-cent fine, man. My bad, man. My bad, man. My bad, man.
Hard not to cuss tonight.
Listen, Chris, you know what? You know what? You too.
It's the wrong episode to start.
I know.
Cussing.
You know what, Chris? Fuck it. Fuck it. Go ahead, Chris. Live your truth, brother.
You know what? I think, it's funny too when people say, Mike wouldn't lie, and I'm going, y'all must take this Black Jesus shit literal.
Yeah.
Like y'all must think Jordan is.
Listen.
That's the part.
Listen. Ask Juanita. Ask Juanita. And that's all I'm saying.
Yo.
Ask Juanita. She gonna tell you a whole different story.
Yo,
Ask Juanita.
you know what? That's what I'm saying. It's like, yo, Mike wouldn't lie. Mike wouldn't do stuff like that. Yeah, go ask his wife. Go ask his wife about that.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Go ask his ex-wife. You know what? Maybe he go ask his current wife. I don't know Mike life.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know Mike life. I don't know what he still do. You can ask Juanita and the Puerto Rican he got now. I don't know what he do.
She's actually Cuban. She's actually Cuban, by the way.
She's Cuban?
Yes, she is.
Oh, excuse me. Let me tell you something. Do not call a Cuban or Puerto Rican. Lord have mercy. Don't do that. Don't do that. But only thing that's really been killing me is not necessarily Mike per se. Mike always been Mike. Mike
Right.
always been like this. So I'm cool with Mike having final say on The Last Dance because he's the biggest star on, obviously, in that mockumentary. Really ain't no documentary. So
He said a mockumentary.
Yo,
Yeah.
Jordan can say what he wants because honestly, if you took Jordan away, nobody give a fuck about the Bulls. It's just in real life. Nobody give a fuck about the Bulls. So
Right.
I'm cool with him having final say. What I'm not cool with though is the fanboys, and especially Stephen A. Smith, yo. Every time they ask Stephen A. Smith a question about Mike, well, no, I disagree with Charles Barkley. I disagree with Horace Grant. I disagree with Hodges. He disagreed with everybody, and he started sentences off with, I talked to my boy Mike last night, and I go, okay, I see.
Yep.
You standing. You standing. You ain't going to give a real perspective because obviously, so in every situation that was brought up where people said that Mike was contradicting himself or wasn't telling the truth, he go talk to Mike. Mike say it isn't true, so he disagreed with the other person.
Right.
Like, and maybe Mike was right in some of the situations, but you telling me he was right in every situation?
Hell no.
Everything that somebody had a problem with, from Horace Grant to Scottie Pippen to B.J. Armstrong, the people that was left out of the documentary, you telling me every single person was wrong and Mike was right in every situation.
Let me just say this. Okay? Here's my problem with Michael Jordan.
Knee patter.
Here was my problem with Michael Jordan. And I love the nigga shoes, okay? I love his shoes, okay? His sneakers, whatever you want to call them. This nigga don't even wear his own Jordans, and you want me to trust this nigga? Hell no. He wear bowling shoes and horse boots, okay? This nigga, listen, he the GOAT, okay? I love Mike. He good. But he shot a half-court shot and made it in some damn bowling shoes. I'm just saying.
Yo,
he don't wear no exclusive Jordans outside of the court. He don't wear his own shoes. I'm just saying. Hell no.
If you know he's getting all us.
Yeah.
All y'all little niggas.
And then you want to tell me he don't lie. Shit.
But yo, here's the thing, right? I'm cool. Listen, I got no problem with Jordan's side of things. But that's what it is. It's the side of things. What I got the biggest problem with is the media and the fanboys who are just blindly, everything is the gospel.
Yes.
Everything, every absolute thing. Yo, if Jordan came out on that documentary and said, yo, one time in college, I walked on water, them niggas would be like, nah, he can't be lying.
He can't. Right.
He might, that's the only, yo, and I'm cool with Mike saying it, because I'm sure Mike get a good laugh. He'd be like, yo, these niggas don't believe anything I say. I'm sure he is cracking up and having a good time. And I don't blame Jordan, not one bit. But the way that the media is definitely trying to spin every single person that comes out, and it's almost like it's almost like Republican, Democrat, really. So if you say that you believe Horace Grant or Scottie Pippen or Charles Barkley, whoever had a problem with it, then obviously you must be a LeBron fan.
Right.
No, you must be a LeBron fan.
Yes.
You must be a LeBron fan, and you trying to nitpick holes in it. And if you believe some of the stuff that Jordan said, then obviously you hate LeBron and you full team Jordan. And I find myself in the middle, and I see both of the bullshit.
Listen.
And I'm going, yes, these two things can be right. Jordan can be the GOAT, and that nigga could lie sometimes.
Yeah.
Because I just want to go one story.
Go ahead, please,
about
Chris.
the Horace Grant.
Take your time.
And the food on the plane situation. So in the documentary, he said, I said you don't eat today. And they left it at that. And they never asked Horace Grant about that on the documentary. Horace Grant had to answer that outside of the documentary. Horace Grant came out and said, yo, they did ask me about that on the documentary. And I told him, I got up in his face, and I said, yo, you ain't stopping me from eating. Somebody give me my plate. And he said they gave him his plate, and he said Michael was all bark on that situation because he stepped to him, like on some for real shit. And all that shit went out the window. But you don't get that side of it in the mockumentary. You just get Jordan said, yo, he played hard. I said he couldn't eat, and he didn't eat. And as soon, hold on.
Go ahead,
As soon as Horace Grant come out and defend himself, niggas like, oh man, Jordan punked you. And it's like, and then they go, well, why didn't you say nothing about it in the documentary? Because that nigga might cut it out. That's why they ain't say nothing about it in the documentary. It would look real bad on Mike if Mike said, I told that nigga not to eat, and then they go right to Horace Grant, and he said, I told that nigga to shut the fuck up and got my plate. That don't play well. That don't play well.
Nah, listen.
That's all of that. Come on, we got to have some common sense. You telling me 6'10", Horace Grant, who grew up in fucking Georgia, ain't never been a bitch in his life.
Never.
Got punked on the plane and couldn't eat? All right, fam. You believe that if you want. You believe that if you want.
Listen. Horace Grant ain't no hoe out here. Like I tell people, Horace Grant ain't no hoe out here. If you don't know who Horace Grant is, don't let them glasses fool you, as Ruck would say. Don't let them glasses fool you, because Horace Grant gonna bust your ass. And he was the enforcer on that team when Charles Oakley left. So best believe, if you don't know who Horace Grant is, and if you think that he letting Michael Jordan punk him in the night, shit, then you a whole hoe out here too. You know what I'm saying? Then you wildin'. You lying to yourself. I'm in groups. I'm in whole group. People like, yo, so you telling me, you know, but Horace Grant said that to him and the dude was cool, this and that. I'm like, it's funny how Horace Grant just left and he is the culprit of it. And him and Michael Jordan cool. You know what I'm saying? It's funny how, you know, everybody that left that Bulls team was a culprit. Now all of a sudden, Horace Grant, I'm like, yo, listen, y'all don't understand how, I'm like, yo, wow. I mean, people really going at me, yo. I'm talking about like on Twitter, Instagram, going at Horace Grant, like, yo, you a sucker for that, man. You a sucker. Mike just told about a whole damn story about how all his old Chicago Bulls teammates did coke and rope, but him. I'm just saying.
Oh, fam, hold on. I heard today. I heard Stephen A. Smith make an excuse for that today. But you know, I wasn't even the beat writer back then, and when I came into the beat writing, I heard about that. And that's not the point, fam. You heard about that as the beat writer. This man came on national television when there were no more sports around and started basically squealing. Now I'm cool with it. I don't care. I'll snitch in a heartbeat. I ain't in the street. I gotta fight for kids. I ain't protecting nobody but me and mine.
Word.
But I mean, he just offered that information up. I mean, you didn't have to go into. I mean, Skip Bayless made the excuse. Oh, he was a wide-eyed college kid. He never seen nothing like that.
Fuck out of here.
Bullshit. He ain't never seen nobody. He ain't seen nobody doing drugs in North Carolina. All right, fuck out of here. And then he, like I said, he bring that information up for no reason.
Right.
But everybody, you know, kind of almost like 50 Cent. Don't nobody talk about 50 Cent in the cops, even though it's been in the news. They done had documents posted about him talking to cops. Nobody ever brings that up.
Right.
But they will say Ja Rule got smashed by him, though, right?
Right.
It's just like they selective. Everybody is selective for what they want to talk about. And since this doesn't put Mike in a great light, everybody just go, oh, man, people already knew about that. I ain't know about that.
I know about that.
Quit, did you know about that?
Hell no.
Hey, Ruck, did you know about that?
Nah.
I ain't know about that. And I know them motherfuckers had to answer some questions from their kids. Hey, Dad, wasn't you on that thing?
Nah, it wasn't me.
With them hookers and cocaine?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, fam.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
Exactly. Now, you did have some questions, Chris. You know, you was like, listen, if this gonna be a real documentary, and if we get into people's personal life, why we ain't talking about none of the shit that Mike did? I know you had, you know, you was alluding to that, and you know, you was being, correct, you know, politically at the time.
Nah. So at this point, fuck it, man. Truth gotta be out there. Yo, if you're gonna show that part of his life, you showed the gambling, even though I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. You showed the gambling. You might as well show the infidelity too.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
I mean, shit. because as far as the reports go, Juanito was ready to leave before he retired the first time.
I'm gonna tell you something. This motherfucker got a paternity test for his first child, and he was engaged to her. I'm just saying. Hey, listen.
You know, like, yo, if
you talking about a whole watch
people life. Come on now.
Listen.
Come on, if you're gonna tell the story, tell the whole. I feel like Michael Irvin when he was arguing with Stephen A. Smith about the Cowboys. If you're gonna tell the whole history, do the whole history.
Now, speaking of cocaine, that's gonna be a good one. I'm just gonna tell you that one right there. I'm just gonna say that.
The
one.
Cowboys documentary.
Oh, man,
Listen,
I can't wait to watch that.
Between Michael Irvin and Nate Newton, that documentary right there,
Shit.
you gonna get high when it come on TV.
Let me tell you something. When they bring that Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys documentary out, it's gonna smell like straight cocaine residue. And guess what? I can't wait to watch it. I'm gonna tell you what. Even though I'm a Niners fan, I don't have hate for the Dallas Cowboys like the fans. They just jerks. But listen, for you to do cocaine and to still be on your A game, hey, listen. Like Michael Irvin said, it's an A in cocaine, not in winter. Hey, I ain't mad.
I'm gonna put it to you just like this. The only person that they can get to narrate that joint is somebody that sounds like Rick James.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
That's
the
it.
only way you can make that thing right.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's
Gotta
it.
sound like Rick James.
Now, I have a question. Real quick, because now everybody, once one thing come out, now everybody's doing it. When the Straight Outta Compton documentary came out, everybody have a documentary coming out. Now there are reports that Magic Johnson, he's going to have a documentary, and also Tom Brady. Now
the Tom Brady joint is coming out next year for sure.
Listen,
100%.
Yeah.
Listen, I love Tom Brady to death. That's my dude.
Mm-hmm.
He better not narrate that shit, because he gonna put me to fucking sleep. I'm just saying. I don't want him to be. I think right now we don't need to see it because it's not gonna be authentic. Like, he gonna have to really talk about the realness. Like Chris is saying about Michael Jordan. If Tom Brady does a documentary, he got to talk about some real shit. I don't want to be no PC. Him and Bill was cool. I need him to say, you know what? Bill was an asshole. Okay, now we talking. You know what I mean? Because he's still playing, and he's not gonna be far removed to have those, those issues. I want to see the real deal. Now, I have compiled a list of some people I would like to see a documentary of, and fellas, you guys can chime in as well. But I'm just like
drug heavy right here.
Well, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Well, only a few, only about 3 of them. So I wouldn't mind seeing Wayne Gretzky again, a 2-part. That's it. When you talking about white, Wayne Gretzky, Venus or Serena Williams, that's cool. Barry Bonds.
Will Smith is supposed to be doing that.
Okay, yes, okay, so that's cool. That's cool. But I'm talking about like a little more in depth. Barry Bonds. I want to see one of our Barry Bonds because I think he got a lot to say. I had thought about it. Shouts out to the Odd Couple. Chris Broussard.
Drew in the house. What up, Drew?
Rob Parker.
Baby.
Barry Bonds again. You got to remember who his father was, who his godfather was. So his situation is unique. So, and plus, once he start taking steroids, allegedly,
Nah, ain't no allegedly.
I know. I'm just saying. Hulk Hogan. I would love to see one about Hulk Hogan. I want to see the real deal on that. Deion Sanders. That'll be a good one. And also, like we talked about earlier, the Dallas Cocaine Cowboys. I would love to see one about them.
Mm-hmm.
That would be really, really good. But I would only want some of these to be 2-parters, maybe 5. Like, I don't need a 10-parter, unless it's like a 10-year range. But like, I don't need to see,
you could do the Cowboys. You could do a 10-parter on the Cowboys.
Yes.
No lie.
For them, yeah.
You could do a 10-parter
because there's so many people in that. So that's cool. But as far as
pretty much it was the team of the 90s. So
yeah.
I mean, you won't run out of material, not with them.
Nah. Because you could do 2 on Michael Irvin alone. You know what I mean? With Deion Sanders joining, Nate Newton. You know what I mean? Like, it's just so much that you can do. But Wayne Gretzky, I think about, one or two will suffice.
Wayne Gretzky too boring. Too boring.
Exactly, but you know what? But you got to keep, some, he got a real hockey presence out there. Like one or two. I wouldn't mind learning some things about him. You know what I mean? Because he is the Michael Jordan of the ice. So that would be cool. Hulk Hogan, I think he can.
He is.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan has had a documentary before. Hulk Hogan, if done right, and you talk about the steroid stuff,
right,
and you talk about all his buddies that he fucked over,
talking about the nigga shit.
You talk about the nigga shit. It could be interesting,
right?
But if you're gonna leave all of that out,
yeah.
I mean, look, you can protect Mike like they did in this mockumentary, and it could still be interesting. Yeah. Some of these other people, you can't do it. It's got to be a real
documentary.
Yo, I'm just saying, some of these other people, you got to be 100. So you got to talk about, you got to really dive into their shortcomings. You know what I mean?
That's
and
not
just like what they did with Mike is they kind of dived into how the media falsely portrayed like why his father got murdered and how how the media kind of turned on him. That was a real situation, but Mike was more of the victim in that situation. They didn't talk about where Mike was the villain in certain situations. And with some of these other people, especially like Hulk Hogan, you got to get into his relationship with black people. A lot of his friends dying from drug overuse and, steroids and like, my nigga, like, where was you at in this mix?
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you had to be doing some drugs and you definitely were doing steroids. Like,
you was telling us about them vitamins you was taking.
Yeah,
you got to talk about. You got to get into his son killing somebody in that manslaughter case, and you got to get into. You got to get into his daughter just getting slayed by tons of black dudes. You got to touch those things. And I'm not even joking.
Word. Because which led to him saying all this stuff about black people. I mean, he's a tirade that he did. Now listen, I don't have a problem with what Hulk Hogan said, because sometimes, niggas get on my goddamn nerves. You know what I mean? But I do got a problem with people ousting people like in the privacy of their own home. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's cool. I don't think that you should do that. Okay, there we go. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? That's how I feel that he was ousted, and he shouldn't be ousted like that. Now, who would you guys want a documentary on? Like, a mockumentary, because that's what it's going to be. But who would you want to see it done right,
Yeah, you go first, Ruck. You kind of put me on the spot.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I mean, for me, some of the ones just off the top of my head, I would love to see one about Steve McNair.
Yeah.
I would love to see one about Junior Seau. I agree with the Cocaine Cowboys. I would also just for controversy a little bit in the NFL. I would love to see one done on Cat.
Yep.
Right, a real one. Yeah.
A real one. Like I would love to see that. Basketball. So just get back to real quick the documentary though, right? I agree. We talked about this earlier. Like, I feel like Chris has some very valid points. I feel like you got valid points too. But like I was saying to Chris, like I was saying to you, a lot of the stuff that they was talking about, like, it's on video, so you can't hide that. Like,
right.
Scotty can't say that I'm a bad dude now, or you made me look bad, when you was co-signing everything that was up there.
Right.
Yes, y'all ain't gonna mess up my summer. No, I don't want to go back in the game.
Right.
Yeah, I'm mad that y'all gave. I'm mad that you gave Tony Kukoc the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you can't live those down. Horace Grant, if you had to say that there was somebody that probably got done wrong in the joint, it would be Horace in the whole Jordan Rules thing. Because here's what I think about that, right? Mike was just as cool, if not cooler, with Stan Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yes.
If it was one thing that Mike was always very good at throughout his career, was controlling a big portion of the narrative about him that he could control.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, you could just look at 90% of his interviews were done with Ahmad Rashad.
Yep.
It can't. If you're talking about in a workplace, it can't get no more inappropriate, like nepotism or reaching through that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can't get no more worse than that. But again, I just think the documentary was exactly what we thought it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
It did confirm a lot of people's thoughts that Jordan was a straight a-hole. It did give you the glimpse into what they did and how they won. I think it was a great mix of characters that they portrayed, but I think a lot of it was just facts, because one of the things that I will say, past Mike trying to, sound like a tough guy with the Horace Grant joint, but a lot of that stuff, he ain't lying.
Yeah.
He said what it was. Like, they asked him about Gary Payton. So the guy had no problems with Gary Payton. You know what I'm saying? They asked him if he was mad at Scotty. Yes, I was mad at Scotty. Like,
well, hold on,
you know what I'm saying?
You right on that sense, and like you said, we did talk off air more than a few times about how there's certain situations where Scotty made Scotty look bad, and there's no doubt about that. But when we talked about, well, when did they show him in a good light? Because there's other situations where they made him look bad that was unnecessary. Like, for instance, the migraine game. I felt like they kind of made him look bad. Like, yo, the dude had a migraine. And then, and then if you even think about when he pulled his back, and when he hurt his back game, and obviously that was the closeout game, they make it seem like, because if you remember, right before that was obviously the food game, and it's like, see, Jordan was so tough, he can fight through his alcohol poisoning. Oh, I'm sorry, I mean food poisoning.
Yeah.
And
listen, that wasn't flu. That wasn't the flu. That wasn't food poisoning. Mike was hung over. First of all, when your trainer and your other dude that's supposed to be security guards is in your room at 2:00 in the morning, what you think y'all doing in Utah?
Drinking.
Don't worry, I'll wait. But anyway, like, you right. I think there were certain things.
Just certain
things
that
they're different.
And I also think that he's looking at it like, yo, all right, the stuff that he made himself look bad, you can't deny those things. He made himself look bad in those two. I want to enjoy my summer, but I do feel like they didn't play it like, well, the Bulls was doing him wrong though. You know what I mean? Like, he was in a real bad deal. He was like, yo, if y'all not gonna pay me, I'm not about to rush back to be underpaid. They just made it seem like, you being a baby because you still getting money. Yeah, I'm getting money, but I'm not getting the money that you getting, Jordan, because he made it seem like, well, I was in a bad contract. Right. Yes, you were in a bad contract. You also had Gatorade, Hanes, McDonald's, Nike. You had a bunch of big deals. You was making money. Exactly. You was making money in a bunch of other avenues where you could afford to be in a bad deal. This was my sole income. This was my sole income, and I'm hurt, and you wanted me to rush back to be in a bad deal.
Right.
So I could understand. That's what I'm just saying. Even though it did make him look bad, people like the analysts, all the other shows, they acting like they couldn't understand that, and that's the part where I think is getting misconstrued. I don't think Mike necessarily has a problem with Mike in the way he did the documentary. Mike is boy. He known Mike for a long time. He know how Mike is. I think he has a problem with the way the media is portraying him. Like, yes, I know I look bad in a couple situations, but y'all just making it seem like I was just the worst motherfucker alive when I was here.
Mm-hmm.
And I could. Only thing I'm saying is, I could feel him on that. I could feel him on the part where it's like, listen, I looked bad sometimes, facts. But y'all acting like Mike didn't look bad sometimes. Y'all don't bring that up. Mm-hmm. They don't. Y'all acting like this person didn't look bad. It's like the only person that looked bad was me. Me and Gary and Jerry Krause.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say this, right? And this will happen. And we talked about this too. Like, if the Lakers were to ever release a documentary about the Shaq and Kobe years.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody gonna look suspect.
Oh hell yeah!
Even though they ain't here, somebody gonna look suspect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like there are gonna be people. Just think about this, right? In another 10, 15 years, when we watch the documentary about the Warriors, you don't think Clay gonna be saying, "Yo, I was there. Like, I had a big part in this too." Because and even though he will be wrong, but KD gonna be Scotty, and KD will talk about it on Twitter or whatever we have at that point, because he gonna have a fake account talking about, they should have gave KD more. Like,
they should have gave.
So
listen, he's gonna be Benedict Arnold.
And,
KD is gonna be Benedict Arnold.
Listen, this happens in documentaries. Like, the one thing that I think, for me, in the perspective I come from, like, I'm a realist with certain things. And if you think that they was going to, when no sports is out, that they was going to release a documentary that made Michael Jordan look bad,
right,
you really got the Rona. You ain't even got to go get a test. You right got the Rona for real.
You're right about that.
Like,
you're right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
you're right.
So I
fuck Karl Malone.
Like that, but yeah, bro. I finally saw the clip today when they interviewed him back in February. when the interview was like, so let me just play this game with you, Carl, and see what you do. He said, I'm gonna say a word and I'm gonna get your reaction. He said, Michael Jordan. He's like, Michael Jordan.
See?
He's like, what you think I'm supposed to say? And Karl Malone went to it quick. Karl Malone said, listen, I don't care what y'all want to talk about. I know I'm a man. I put on just like he put on.
Right. He said, yo, he was a bad motherfucker, but I was one too.
He said, I was a bad son of a bitch.
Karl Malone keeps it real, except for his kids. Like, he keeps it real.
Oh,
like, you can't deny that. Karl Malone is a straight shooter, except for with his kids. Look.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, no, Chris. He was a straight shooter. That's why he got them kids.
Yeah.
he been carrying a lot of other bullets.
Karl Malone said, "Fuck them
right
kids."
You're right about that. So that's all. That's you're right. You're right. So I agree with that.
So here's my thing, right? And I know that there's no sports, right? And I get it. People gonna have these things to talk about. And these hardcore Jordan fans, let me say, these maniacs, every conversation they mention LeBron some way, somehow. I'm getting tagged in almost every post all the time. Like Jordan walking down the stairs. LeBron can't walk like that. I'm like, fam, are you serious? Like, it's crazy, Like, Jordan had the flu. LeBron had cramps and he couldn't get up. I'm like, okay, what does one have to do with the other? Like, I'm not understanding. Like,
quit.
You can big up Jordan without putting LeBron down. And I'm like, just let it go. Like, just let it go. Stop. Shit.
Quit. I just got one question for you.
Fuck Karl Malone. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Chris, this is for you too. Son, all I know, because y'all just broke this to me, that they found the pizza guy. Jordan, right? The first person I want to see in the LeBron documentary is his barber. I don't want to hear from nobody else but his barber. You
Cut this
heard?
nigga mic off, man.
Cut this nigga mic off. The first 3 episodes gotta be about his barber.
Listen,
if it's not, bro.
Yes.
Hey, Chris, if the first 3 episodes is not about his barber, it's over, son.
Listen,
it's a sham. Maverick Carter directed that joint.
First of all, it runs in his family. Okay, alopecia. Okay, so you need to be a little more sensitive to that. Okay, and
did you just say his mama boy had it too?
No, what
Chris,
I'm saying,
he's talking about mamas.
He's
talking about mamas.
Listen, that's my cousin. That's my cousin. And I'm gonna tell you what, that documentary is gonna be.
Mama also got piped by Delonte, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Hey, Chris, you beat me to the point. That's episodes 4, 5, and 6.
Now,
if we don't go his barber first and Delonte West, I don't want to see it.
I think he will.
I
think he will.
True story. When they do LeBron's documentary like this, that gotta be in there. Because remember, supposedly, when he was playing the Boston Celtics, he was fucking having a manic attack because he found out that Delonte had smashed his mom. But I gotta be in there. You can't just discount that.
I mean, that's tough though. Like, I'm just saying, like you. I mean,
this ain't a teammate fucking the star player's mom. That's not conjecture. That's not something that you can just blow over. Got to be in the life story of LeBron. Yo, fam, your teammate fucked your mom.
Yeah,
gotta be this.
He gotta get shot.
Gotta be this.
He gotta get shot. He gotta get shot.
Fair, but that's gotta just be in a documentary. It's gotta be fam. Me, Matt, True. We was about to run up on Delonte.
Yeah.
We was about to get a couple of hard pipe hitting niggas from up north.
It was about to go down.
I mean, listen, some people say that, it was due to that he's not in the league. I mean, I beg to differ, but I'm just saying.
But no, I think in all seriousness, Delonte not in the league because mental health is real.
Yeah.
And he did not want any parts of that. But just back to the other question that you asked me real quick, like I really, and even though I'm I sound like such a hypocrite saying this, the one documentary that I probably would love to see at the end of his career is KD, because I think he's going to make some other controversial moves that take him to another level, man. Yeah. And you just never know what his opportunity of winning is going to turn into, given the situations that he puts himself in. So I would love to see that. Like, definitely love to see that for real.
Can I piggyback that I agree with that? And also, one of the big points of contention in the KD documentary is going to be that you left Golden State, and him and Kyrie are going to have a fallout. And it's going to be big. Yeah. It is going to be big. Because I don't care what nobody say. Two weirdos can't coexist with each other. It don't work.
Nah.
It don't work. It can bring you together and make you think that you have similarities, which they do. But them same similarities are going to be the differences that causes a major rift in the relationship between KD and Kyrie. And I can't wait to see it.
When you talk about KD and Kyrie, like you said, two people who are just left and then they coming together. When you think about every team that they've been on, the team usually does a little better when they leave. You know what I'm saying? So now you think about that, and now you're looking at, okay, well, how is that going to play out? And then, I'm hearing, rumors of, I think somebody's saying Bradley Beal going to Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken. They've
been talking about that.
I don't know. Now, KD, I know he can be a good teammate. I watch him and, Russ do their thing, but Kyrie, man, he just leaves shits everywhere he sit. And it's just been tough. You had a good Boston team who they just wasn't as, cohesive when he got, once he got on the team. But as soon as he left, the cohesion came back. And that's tough.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do when Kyrie gets in a pouty mood and Kevin Durant is in a pouty mood too? What are they going to do? Because let me tell you something.
Right, I was about to say that.
You pick KD.
Yeah, I was about to say KD, but
I'm sorry, that's just me. That's just you pick KD. But at the same time, what coach is dealing with that? What coach is dealing with two pouty? Like, what coach? There's only like a few coaches you can bring in that can even deal with divas. Period. So what coach are you going to have there that's going to be able to deal with these two egomaniacs, who I love, but who are special needs players? and I mean
emotionally
that with all respect, but
special needs.
Emotionally,
yes,
they're two special need players.
Yes.
So who you gonna go with? You gonna go with Mr. I gotta reply back to everybody on a tweet, or you gonna go with Mr.
Donald Trump of basketball? Right, Donald Trump of basketball.
What you gonna do?
I'm going with
hold on.
tweet.
I agree, Raymond Bennett. I agree that Mark Jackson should be the candidate. But from what I've seen, these NBA teams ain't smart and they don't want to deal with Mark Jackson.
No,
I think it's a bad decision. But you bring Mark Jackson in that situation, I'll tell you one thing: he'll tell KD and Kyrie to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Not that way.
Well, yeah, because he saved.
But,
he
saved. But I guarantee you, he'll bring some discipline and some structure to it. But for whatever reason that we've gotten into many a time, he poison right now, and they don't want to touch him.
That's true. That is definitely true. That's what I want to talk about. Also, real quick, I want everybody to chime in on this. Call, you can call in 1-800-223-9797. That's 1-800-223-9797. Call in. People are saying, how do you feel about if the NBA season is to resume, there'll be an asterisk next to the champion. However,
absolutely not.
I feel that, again, Dan Patrick said, it's funny when you talk LeBron, there's going to be an asterisk. But when it's KD and it's anybody else, the season's fine. What do y'all take on that?
Thank you, Ruck.
Yo, I really have a problem with people saying that. We had a lockout season. And the Spurs won the championship in that lockout season. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody say nothing about that. Don't nobody question one of David Robinson's rings. They let it ride.
Right.
So I think that's Houston. The same thing. Like this is an extraordinary situation that we're in. And just the fact that we would be able to get basketball back would be great. But honestly, do I want it back for the overall health of the game and the players? No. Mm-hmm. I think what they're going to try to do and the rush the product that they're going to try to put out there could at least leave room for somebody to be hurt. Even though I selfishly want basketball back, I just think it's a bad thing. But no, I don't believe in that whole asterisk thing. I think anybody that you're a champion, you're a champion. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like you had to do work earlier throughout the season to get there and get the opportunity in the playoffs anyway. Right. And you're gonna have to go and win it. So nah, I don't buy into that at all.
What you think, Chris?
Well, and I also think pretty much like you said, and I got to give a lot of props to a person who isn't level-headed much, but your resident LeBron lover over there on FS1. Why am I clicking on his name right now? Nick Wright. He basically said the reason why it's like media doesn't know, especially LeBron haters, they don't know how to take it because they don't want to say it's the asterisk because then if somebody else wins, then you can't give them credit for winning it over LeBron. But then if LeBron win it and you said there wasn't no asterisk, then you can't knock him for winning a shortened, NBA season championship. So I do think there is a conundrum on how people are looking at it based on, honestly, how can they judge LeBron?
Either
this is going to be a knock against them or for them. And if you don't like LeBron, then you want this season to be an asterisk. But at the same time, if LeBron doesn't win in this season, then you can't hold it against them because, hey, it was an asterisk. Nobody really cared anyway.
Listen, they will hold it against him.
It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny how they deal with it.
Listen, they will hold it against him no matter what. If he wins, he will get treated like, he only won because the season was short and, this, that, and the third. Oh, look, he's supposed to be good. Why he lost? It doesn't matter, Chris. It does not matter. I'm watching people comment, and I'm like, why y'all tagging me on shit that don't got nothing to do with LeBron? Let's praise Michael Jordan. Yeah, but LeBron couldn't do that. LeBron can't walk into an ice cream shop like that. I'm like, yo, are y'all kidding me? And I would like to say, listen, some of the shit that they had Michael Jordan versus LeBron, even when they had like LeBron winning, I'm like, style points. What the fuck? What are you talking? Best dress, some of the shit I've seen was just outrageous. It was just crazy.
Let me tell you something. Them big ass Steve Harvey suits that Mike was wearing back in the day, I don't want to hear it. Now, also,
it was the style back then.
Also, hold on. But also, I don't want to hear shit about LeBron when he wearing a short suit set with a Birkin bag purse.
Right.
So I don't want to hear nothing about style with neither one of them. But look, man, like. I want to get back to the NBA season.
Oh, Stephen C. He missed all of this. Michael Jordan.
I want to.
Oh man, go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, I want to see the NBA season finish.
Yeah, right.
Selfishly, and I'm saying I want to see it finish. Like if they could do it, like I've heard plans of them doing it in Disneyland or Disney World and shutting it down and quarantining everybody in there and playing some ball.
That's it.
I want to see it. I don't need to see the regular season though, because the teams that wasn't gonna make it, I wasn't gonna make it nowhere.
But listen,
so just give me a training camp.
That's it.
Give me two pre-playoff games so everybody can get warmed up and let's get right to business.
Listen, only thing you got to do is get everybody. Listen, when you're watching the game, you don't give a damn about the fans. You can't see the fans because you're watching the game. This is what you do. You let them play, have the team, everybody that they have on the team. You don't even need cheerleaders for this one, right? And then you dim the lights, and you dim the lights, but shine the lights on the court, and you pump sound into the arena so it can sound like the fans are there. That's what you do.
No, I don't need no pump sound. I need this to sound just like a game at the YMCA. I need to hear "Boy Don't Lie," "You a bitch ass nigga." I need to hear bullies get bullied where I'm from.
Listen,
that's what I want to hear.
Listen, you need to just sound like an old high game, right, Chris? Nobody there, and we still winning. That's it. That's it.
Listen, I ain't there. The crowd shit, but for me as a person who's watching, the crowd shit only means something when you live at the game. You can feel the energy. I don't feel the energy through the TV. I hear my surround sound. That's all the fuck I hear. So I want to hear people saying, "Get that shit the fuck out of here. Take this, nuts in your face." That's all I want to hear.
Raymond Bennett. Now, Raymond Bennett, he brought up a good point. He said these guys are way out of shape. Not all these guys. I think that one thing about this season, if you've been working out, then you're ready. I think if you're not, then it's gonna show on the court. That's on you. Like you know that you got a job
that's
to
on
do.
You. Yeah.
I mean, so it's going to give some guys an edge, some guys not. Like you might have a guy who is 7th on the roster, and he been working his ass off. Now he gonna get more reps than the guy that was starting because he's been working out. So that's on you. If you haven't been working out, trust me, it's gonna show fast. It's gonna show that first TV timeout. And I don't even want to go to no TV timeout. I'm like you, Chris. I want to see if he was on a bench like, oh, yo, shit crazy, son. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking. That's what I want to see. No holds bars. That's what make it better. That's what make it better.
And if you're not in shape, yo, you're a professional. This ain't, if I fall out of shape because I can't play basketball during this quarantine, that's all right. I ain't getting paid to do this. I'm getting paid to do what I'm doing right now.
Right.
If you're a professional player and you knew that there was a possibility that you was going to be playing basketball again shortly and you fell out of shape, then you're not professional. And that's on you, and that's your fault. I don't want to hear it from nobody.
Here come LeBron hater number 1,786,000. Stephen C said LeBron is PED ready. Trust that. Wow. Okay.
Well, you know what? At least he's taking his medicine. You can say, I know he mean it as a shot, but these other motherfuckers better do something. You better be ready to play.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear no excuses. So you know what? Melo could be out of shape because I don't even think my Trailblazers was in the mix anyway. We like the number 9 seed. So fuck it, we didn't make it. So whatever.
He said Melo eating a lot of bonbons. Nah, I think that listen, I'm gonna tell you what, Melo got that old school in him. When you pass the OG a ball, he's shooting. And he don't give a fuck how many shots it take. He is letting that thing go. Melo gonna be ready under any circumstance. So I mean, again, is he gonna help? Probably not. But still, Melo ready.
Again,
y'all gonna stop being disrespectful.
I'm just saying.
Here's the thing, though. If we just doing playoff teams, the Blazers is not in it.
Okay. So we don't have to worry about Melo.
Not in it.
You
don't gotta. You know what I mean? You don't gotta worry about it. I don't need to see Golden State in Memphis, and
right.
I don't need to see the Suns,
Zion, none of
the
that.
Nets.
Yeah.
Listen, I know the Pelicans were making the surge, but I don't know if they was gonna catch Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they were gonna catch Memphis. Maybe they would have, but hey, shit happens. It's a shortened season.
Very short season.
See you next year.
Now I think that if it resumes, it's going to be really interesting because every game matters. Because usually in the NBA and even they say in baseball is going to come back around like 4th of July, maybe. That's what the consensus are thinking.
Yeah, but they cutting that season too.
Right.
They cutting 100 games off of that.
So now sports, basketball, right? I knew like we don't need 158 million fucking baseball games. Fuck them. But
162.
Right. It's cool, whatever. But these games are really going to matter, and you're going to see people actually playing ball. So that's, again, like you said, selfishly, that's what I want to see, because you're going to see playoff teams who are resting. You're going to see teams who are hungry, even if they shorten down like the format, like instead of 7 games, make it 4. 5 or 3. I don't know, but make it short, because these games are really going to matter. And baseball, I think that's when it's really going to play. Like, you're going to really see some good baseball. If you don't like baseball, then if you watch it this year, you're going to be really pleased by it, because they got to hurry up and play and make these games up. So I'm interested.
Honestly, I think the baseball union is going to suffocate the players from playing. Because, it's right now, if you following it closely, they want to get paid the full season. The baseball players feel like we're putting our life on the line to play baseball. We want our full contract, even though baseball is already a dying sport and 30% of their revenue comes from ticket sales.
Oh yes,
no ticket sales.
Okay.
So the baseball union, in this sense, the baseball union might actually hurt the baseball players from going to play, because baseball union is about that dollar and about getting the players that dollar and about getting the players doing what they want to do. And right now, what they is leaning to, they want to play, but they only won't play if they're getting paid what they were supposed to be paid this year. So,
I mean,
you got to really be careful with that.
I mean, I would never be mad at a player, wanting to get paid, what they want to get paid. So I'm not mad about that. Jumping subject here. I'm not gonna stay all night. Speaking of getting paid, your boy Dak said, "Listen, fuck being the highest paid player. I need more money." And like I told people, I'm not mad at that. If that's what, listen, you know your worth.
It's not really the money that he mad at though.
Is it the length?
He doesn't want 5 years.
Okay.
Hold on, before y'all get going on this, I just want to report that a report came out from the Cowboys and Dak agent that is not true.
Okay, good.
That deal was not offered in the source, but the person who leaked this story is Chris Sims. If you take it for whatever you want to take it.
Chris Sims. Oh, okay.
I just want to have that on record.
Thank you.
I just want to have that on record that both sides are saying that this is not true. Now, whoever you believe is who you believe, but they are saying that this story is not true. That he was not offered that specific contract.
Jerry Jones ain't offering. I mean, listen.
He might though. He might.
I think that
because you know the Cowboy way.
Yeah, listen. I think Dak should get paid. I think that Dak is a fairly good ball player. I think that he can get better. I just feel that he has earned that right. That's how I feel right now. But it's gonna definitely take a lot. It's gonna take a lot. And again, like we talked about, I do not get mad when players hold out and they get the most money that they can get. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll do the same at your job. So people are like, oh, it's just a few million. Do you know how much 4 to 5 million difference is? We ain't talking about $2 to $3 per year. We talking about millions. It's a big difference than what you talk about at your job. 50-cent raise versus $5 million raise, $5 to $10 million. That's a huge difference. So, get your money. But but as the story do develop, and as it come on, I definitely want to talk about that, because it's really interesting that he hasn't signed yet. But I think that he'll be ready. I think that Dak will be fine, man. I don't have a problem with it. Really, I don't.
I don't think that it's a big deal at all. I think that people are gonna make it a big deal because it's the Cowboys, and this is what typically happens during the off season.
Right.
But I think Dak is taking a good look at the situation, and he's going to bet on himself. I mean, he did that already in his career. And you think about this: if he signs that tender, it's what, like $43 million or something like that for 1 year, 33 or 43, something around that area.
35 million.
Listen, he can still win.
Right.
Because even if he takes a tender and he has a great season, and say they do get further in the playoffs than they've been, he can come back to the table and say, "All right, listen, what's up?"
Or the tender, yes, you're right. Yes,
I think he wins either way.
Right. Yeah, so again, I don't have a problem with what he's doing. I think that he's, he knows that offense. I think that, we're gonna see what Coach McCarthy does. Some new pieces in there. So why not? Again, and this is a business. And if I have a new coach coming in, I gotta learn the system. Hopefully it can get it clicking. But if y'all gonna cut me, I gotta get paid before that happens. I have to get paid before that happens. So I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not mad at this. Any other subjects that y'all want to hit on real quick? No, Chris?
And I kind of think
we're gonna test the Rooney or.
Oh, woo!
So
Yo,
can we hold on? But can we save that though? I want to say that because I want really be, because I want people to really chime in and because the thing says Jordan is he alive, but I want to really talk about that and promote that one, because that shit right there is like, at first I was reading it, I'm like, okay, I see. I'm like, hold on, but they want to do that for the white players. But we're gonna talk about that Rooney Rule though. We're gonna definitely talk about that and these incentives. So yeah, because we need some more time on that. But fellas, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Chris doing this thing, D-Ruck doing this thing, man, and I appreciate my brother. I appreciate everybody on the check-in. Raymond Bennett, as always. Stephen C. Even have my boy, Juan check in. Let me see who else. My brother Terrell. That's Chris' brother, but that's
OG Juan.
We had a nice turnout, man. I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, checking in with us, man. So on that note, thanks again for tuning into another edition of Don't Shoot the Messenger podcast. I'm your boy Professional Sutton.
And your boy Chris G.
And it's your boy The Ruck Report.
Gang. Peace.